Florida and Tennessee. The Gators have won the last 5, 16 of the last 17. Tennessee is tired of hearing that statistic, but there it is. This is only the 6th time they've ever checkered Neyland, and that hasn't gone too well either. 1-4 in the previous 5. Nice day. We had a few sprinkles earlier this morning, but right now 74, and we're ready to go. This used to be, and still is many times called, the 3rd Saturday in September. This rivalry, it's actually the 4th Saturday in September this time around. Florida won the toss, elected to take the ball first. They'd love to have about a 7-minute drive and keep it out of Tennessee's offensive hands. Here we go. This one is returnable from the goal line. Jason Marshall bringing it out for the Gators and only got to the 16-yard line. And a quick slant and a first down. Well, that'll give you some confidence, too.
The RPO started out. He made the read exactly like it should. The offense said, we're going to let you make a decision, and he made the right decision and executed it.
Ripped it to Shorter across the middle out to the 30. First down there. Now it's Naquan Wright, and he's dropped for a loss. The defense for Tennessee only giving up 83 yards a game on the ground. Trayvon Flowers, one of the great safeties in college football, had a career-high 15 tackles last year in this game. They'd prefer he didn't have to make that many today. 2nd down and 12. On the RPO, Richardson has time and now running out of it, and he's going to throw it to the sideline.
He had time, but that Tennessee secondary reacted and closed all the avenues to throw. Little quick tempo by Florida, play action pass, but look at nobody, no space. So we can say what we want about the quarterback, and he has missed some easy throws.
Right.
I'll get that. But on that one, his receivers gave him nothing.
And he was getting some heat from Omari Thomas on the defensive front for Tennessee. Florida didn't want to find themselves in a 3rd and long right off the bat, but they do. Richardson. This time he will run. And he's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. Got it to the 39, needed to get to the 40.
So the early tackle for the loss, and that's one of the key stats that this Tennessee defense does well. Put the Gators into the long yardage situation. The scramble didn't make it. Do they go for this?
They do. And I don't know. It's really close.
Whoa.
And the truck is telling us that was an accidental buzz down, that they had already determined it was a first down. And so 1st and 10 for the Gators just across the 40-yard line. Montrell Johnson in there flanking Richardson. He'll get the call, and Montrell goes for about 3 before Garland made the stop on the defensive front. Second down and 7 from the 43. And this time Richardson pulls it out, keeps it himself. Going to be close to another first down. Richardson throwing on the run, got it out in the flat, complete. Henderson, Xavier Henderson, and he's all the way down to the 30-yard line.
I love the balance, too. 4 first downs, 2 running, and 2 passing.
Quick sidearm throw. Well, it's dangerous out there.
That surprised Xavier Henderson that time. That's one of those decisions. The quarterback, it's a run play called in the huddle, but if he sees the numbers, he can throw it to the outside. Xavier Henderson said, I might have counted wrong. Sorry, Pete.
Did have one blocker out there, Dante Zanders, but incomplete. 2nd down and 10. It's been a long time since they've had a touchdown pass. 301 days. And only about a yard gain on that one.
Yeah, see, that's what the Tennessee defense is going to, early in this game, send the message. The running backs for Florida have been their weapon in the run game. They're going to say, we're going to challenge you to throw the ball and run your quarterback. We do not want those running backs to be hurting us early in this game.
They picked up a 3rd and 12 earlier in this drive. They got 3rd down and 9 here.
Let's see if they spy anyone to help on the quarterback scramble. It helped them last time. On 3rd down, they didn't have anybody looking for the quarterback.
4 receiver group, 2 to each side for Richardson in the pistol. They will keep it on the ground on 3rd and long. And they're not going to get it, but they're about 1.5 yards shy.
Another decision here.
Maybe. Now you're going to hear the crowd.
He's practically giving up 3 points to eat the clock for 7 points. Let's see if it works out.
Tight ends on both sides. Richardson's all by himself in the backfield. He'll keep it. Trying to break tackles. He's going to get it. Lost 1 yard. Tennessee will take over on downs.
Ness, you said I was here for a lot of them. My very first game, Florida-Tennessee, was Tim Tebow's first game. And 4th and short, he made them all that night. Well, he's got number 15, but he's not making it that day like Tebow did.
Here's another look from ground level. Tennessee's defense finally stiffens at the last moment on 4th down, and their offense will take over when we come back. No score through the first 5 minutes in Knoxville as we check our Papa John starting lineups as Tennessee takes over with that guy at the controls. Hendon Hooker, his 2nd year in the program, and having a marvelous season so far with his group of receivers like Jalen Hyatt, who's going to have to carry a big load. 166 yards and 2 touchdowns, both career highs last week. And if you didn't see the opening of the game, Cedric Tillman, his other favorite target, if you will, out with an injury today. So that guy and the rest of the wideouts will have to fill his void. At the 21, first snap for the Volunteers. Quick throw, and it's complete to the aforementioned Jalen Hyatt. 4-yard pickup on the first snap, and whistles blow before 2nd down. Hooker gonna run with it. Little high step move, and about 18-yard pickup. Nice run.
Well, in the one win here, it was the Josh Dobbs game when he actually did this. He beat the pass rush, rushed for about 80 yards in that game. When you're going to have a spread offense, you need that quarterback to be a runner.
On the RPO, downfield and complete again to Jalen Hyatt. All the way near the 41-yard line.
Yeah, I say you need him to be a runner, but first of all, you got to get him to be a passer. On this time, can't get any more open than that, and he put it right above the face mask, just like you're supposed to do it.
So Hyatt picking up where he left off last week. Gets it to the 41. Straight drop this time, late pressure, high throw. Could have been caught by Hyatt. And Hooker, they finally got some heat on him right as he let go of the ball.
I don't know if it was late pressure. It was coming, and he had to get rid of that ball. A little bit of a delayed blitz, but he was coming hard. Ventrell Miller coming inside. Good that he's playing kind of a quarterback of the defense. He's been nicked all year. Moving Brenton Cox around, by the way. He's now on the left side over here of the offense.
And we got motion again. At any rate, they walk it back to the 46. Florida almost jumped there.
Now Tennessee could have reacted and caused the 5 yards. They did not, so allowed them to get back on defense.
Their only reaction was to look to the sideline for the play, and now here goes the quarterback, Hendon Hooker again. Got it down to the 33-yard line.
See, Josh Heupel loves all of that play. Your quarterback being an athlete, not there, run. He likes it. He likes it. He doesn't like it right at the end when he doesn't slide.
He's going to like that one, too. First down. Ooh, big hit, though. Went down hard, but he's okay. Pops right up at the 25 as they go with their tempo.
Yes, and that is a staple of this offense. They're one of the fastest teams in college football running plays.
Hooker throws the out, the 20, and the ball is out as well, and Florida's got it. as Florida's taken over on the turnover and the fumble recovery at the 12-yard line. Trevor Etienne is in the backfield with Richardson. Richardson sidearms it out, completes. It'll be a first down and then some. Xavier Henderson out to the 30. Etienne only got about a yard. Get nonstop sports news, expert picks, and the biggest highlights on CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 sports news network. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. If you don't get totally sick of me in the next 3.5 hours, you can watch me on HQ when the game is over.
Your turn. It's always fun recapping the game. That guy's happy. Florida was on their heels on that drive. That Tennessee drive was very effective. You can see why Napier wanted to keep the ball away from these guys.
Yep. Richardson has time. Deep out. What a catch.
And Anthony needed to put more touch on the ball. He did on that one.
And now it's Etienne who goes for 9 more. Short yardage. Richardson keeps and slides and has a first down. Richardson, a little bit of pressure, rolls away from it, throws on the run, and he had a man open, but it's incomplete. Whittemore was open in the corner of the end zone.
I think he might have been over the line on that play. Ball was right on the 35-yard line. I think his foot might have been behind it.
He gets the call. Got a couple.
It was, but Beasley that time, the linebacker, just fit the play. Watch him read it, fill it, and make the play inside.
Another third down and long. Florida's had a few of them here in the first quarter. That has 5 minutes remaining.
The trick in spying on a running quarterback is you want to eat a blocker as you spy and then drop off and look. If you just stand there, you're wasting a player.
Richardson looks left, comes back right, overshot his intended receiver, Justin Shorter.
Jamal Hayden, number 5, bump and run coverage. Shorter, the tallest of the receivers for Florida. Big size, Penn State transfer. Ball uncatchable. Good coverage that time.
This is going to be right about on the edge of Adam Mihalik's range. He's hit from 50 this year. And this will be from 50. Mihalik, former walk-on. From 50 yards out. Kick on the way. No good. A little bit short, a little bit left. A lot of action in this first quarter, considering we don't have any score. Tennessee takes over on offense when we come back. And Mike's Live, great gentleman. And Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, September. If you haven't had your PSA checked, fellas, go do that. It's a good idea. Trust me. Here's a throw out in the flat. Complete. Nice move. Jabari Small with a big gain out of the backfield.
Yeah, but the blocking outside is what really did it. He made him go out there and clean it. That was Hyatt in the slot. Jalen Hyatt, they cleaned it up.
Hooker rips one to the outside to Hyatt. They'll get about 7 more.
Boy, this is a well-oiled passing machine, isn't it?
It is.
We saw it, as I said, the opening game, Hendon Hooker, when he broke in as a starting quarterback against Florida. But right now, boy, he's a confident football player.
Jabari Small's got the first down as he crosses the 40 to the 39.
And remember when that last drive against Florida, they had Florida's defense on their heels. It was a fumble, a punched out fumble that turned it around.
Hooker going to get swallowed up this time. Finally got to him. He waited a little too long, and Shamar James flies in there to make the sack.
Well, we talked about this Tennessee offense just picking apart Florida, but then this time, nothing there. Maybe to the bottom of the screen, but eyes were right that time for Hooker, and he did not see the open receiver to the left.
Hooker stands tall in the pocket. Complete. Out to Ramel Keyton.
So that's when we talked to Hendon on Friday. He said his goal was to be quiet in the pocket. Coming off of a sack, he still maintained his composure and delivered a strike to the outside. And then Keyton, one busted tackle, first down.
Says he likes to watch film of guys like Randall Cunningham, who used to be calm in the pocket. And here he comes out, blasting out of the pocket.
Just like Randall Cunningham.
A little bit.
So far in the game, the only player for Tennessee to have a rushing attempt has been their quarterback.
Another first down. Inside the 20 of Florida at the 18. Now a little stutter step and driving forward. And about a 5-yard pickup for Jabari Small.
And my mistake, I remember just before that, we had one Small with a 5-yard gain. There's another one for him. So they're spreading it around a little bit, but the quarterback run has hurt Florida. Ooh.
That one's going nowhere. Here comes a blitz. Down the middle, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete. McGrath will try to break our scoreless tie from 32 yards away, and he tucks it inside the left upright. Good. So it took almost 14 minutes for somebody to get on the scoreboard. Tennessee looked like for sure a couple of times they were going to score touchdowns. They have to settle for a 32-yard field goal. $3-0 Tennessee, capping a 51-yard drive and 10 plays with the field goal.
Yeah, you know, Ness, going into this game, Tennessee is one of the fastest-paced teams in college football. Tennessee actually so far trailing, they're leading the score, but Florida more plays, and that's what Billy Napier said. We got to find a way to keep the ball, but they also got to find a way to change that now.
That's right. That's right. Jason Marshall, Trevor Etienne waiting the kick of Paxton Brooks.
2 third-down plays, a fumble and a poor pass, have been the stoppers on both of those drives.
And a little indecision, but they'll take a knee and bring it out to the 35-yard line.
Gators both tight ends left. Now they go with tight ends right.
I think they had to put a second back on the clock. From the 25, Richardson pressured, throws late, throws incomplete. Intended for Keon Zipperer.
Decent protection. Time to throw the ball just at the end. He gets a little bit of push from Thomas. This Florida offensive line, they feel it's one of their best they've had.
So look behind Naquan Wright and Anthony Richardson. The big fellas up front, second down at 10. It's Henderson all the way in motion across to the bottom of the screen. Richardson going to run it here, get what he can, and out of bounds around the 30. He's had some issues in the hamstring area here early in this season as well. Third down and 6. Throw complete.
Don't chase. One guy leaves, another one usually comes to replace him. Remember, they're being taught that there's a scrambling quarterback. Everybody's got to have a lane, so be patient. Somebody's coming in your lane.
Naquan Wright back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Dominique Bailey made the tackle as our first quarter comes to a close. 52nd all-time meeting between the Vols and the Gators, and at the end of one, it's Tennessee by 3. Our aerial coverage of today's game is brought to you by Goodyear. You get a great look at checkered Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee, as we start the second quarter with the Vols leading 3-0. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell with you as the sun comes out over Neyland Stadium. Anthony Richardson on a quarterback run. Boy, puts his head down and plows Trayvon Flowers with him for a good. Makes third down a lot easier right now on Richardson's run, 3rd and 2. Empty backfield, so it'll be Richardson's call again unless somebody joins him. It will be Richardson. He's short by a yard.
Omar Thomas, number 21, defensive tackle, makes a pile inside. Right here, I think it is. Watch him make a pile. Then it's forced bounce outside and then cleaned up for the stop.
Byron Young makes the tackle. He bounces off and brings Richardson down a yard shy.
If he does, this is the third, fourth down attempt of the game.
They got one of them. They failed on the other. 4th and a long yard here.
They look confused. They're going to have to take a timeout because the receivers are not ready yet.
Play clock winding down as well. They do get the snap off. Richardson.
Yeah, they took a timeout, didn't they?
They had
That's a smart one.
Richardson rolled into some trouble. Got away from it. Throws and completes it for the first down. 6 passing first downs already. Far cry from a week ago against South Florida. Richardson got some heat again. Boy, he's in some traffic, and he throws a rope down to the 20-yard line. Breaking the tackle is Zipperer, and Zipperer still going to the end zone. Touchdown pass of 44 yards. Mahalik on the kick, and fair catch called for by Tennessee. They'll bring it out to the 25. Let's see if Hendon Hooker has an answer. And he's going deep, and he's got a man wide open on the run. Bru McCoy with a stiff arm, and he's out inside the 10.
Boy, just inexcusable for the Florida defense this time. Not much trickery. McCoy's in the slot, and he just goes long, and no one covers him.
70-yard pickup to the 5. Tennessee in one play threatening, and they pick up a couple there.
I mean, what's the answer for this? I mean, just line up right here, and he just goes long. I mean, watch this. Just runs right by the Florida defense. What are they thinking?
Nobody home.
They were home. They just didn't do their reads.
Well, he did. Hendon Hooker, touchdown. That's how you answer a Gator March.
You sure do. So really, it's been Tennessee who stopped Tennessee, okay? The great punch out on third down fumble, and then they get a bad pass on the other third down, but Hendon Hooker's been on. Florida works so hard to get a touchdown,
right?
And then you hand them one. You just hand them one. That's what Billy Napier will tell his team. Guys, it's too hard to beat them the right way. We can't help them.
McGrath, extra point is good.
I tell you, give a crack to Hendon Hooker right now. The way he's playing quarterback, he's going to hurt you in the pass and the run.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, and the Vols are back in front. Tonight on CBS Sports Network, catch a battle in the Mountain West as UNLV takes on Utah State. Chris Lewis and Robert Turbin bring you that one. That's followed by San Jose State hosting Western Michigan. Carter Blackburn and Dante Whitner will bring you that one. That's all on CBS Sports Network tonight. Bru McCoy, the transfer from USC, a 70-yard catch that got Tennessee down close, a career long for him. And Hendon Hooker did the rest from 4 yards out. 10-7 Tennessee.
Ness, I got here. When we got here, I went right up to the booth, and Bru was more open than I was, and there was nobody here at the stadium at that time. When I walked over, More people around me than Brew McCoy that time.
First touchdown pass of the season for Florida 2 drives ago. And as I mentioned, the long ball. And Gary was the only guy more open than McCoy. Now let's see if Florida's got an answer again. They'll take a knee a yard deep.
So a little short motion, which should not be too difficult. A wide stance, and the safety just stands there. You got bump and run to the outside. Safeties lets him go right back, and Torrance, who's in the middle of the field, has to clean it up, but 70 yards later. And then, inside the 20-yard line, Tennessee loves the option.
Now Florida out at the 25, just under 12 minutes to go in the half. Etienne behind Richardson and the pistol set from the 25. They fake it to him. This is the same kind of play that he got that big first down. This time throws late and into the dirt, incomplete as we check in with Jenny. Hit with Zook and the guys. We had our hand mics in hand and decided we couldn't hear them well enough, so we had to put our headsets on. So I know exactly what you're going through. Richardson, low throw, but complete to Whittemore. Fakes it to Etienne, loads it, and fires, and got it again.
Here, it was a rocket.
First down at the 20. No gain on that one. Billy Napier doing some coaching on Richardson over on the sideline during that last time out.
And we saw many times, this year when he came back from interceptions, making key interception throws, Napier was right there kind of building his confidence, coaching him. As he said, he's early in the system. It's a new system, and he hasn't had a lot of experience.
Second down and 10.
That ain't working.
Motion everywhere.
Yep. That looked like some kind of a trick play, and it tricked Florida.
All-star. Offense, number 18. Five-yard penalty.
It might be loud here, but Billy Napier was trying to communicate to his whole team that time, and he was not happy. Look at this. They look. The tight ends think there's going to be a shift, and that was not good.
They called it on Xander's 18. They could have called it on about 3 different guys.
There were 4 people moving
Right.
on that play. Now you're behind the chains. 1st and 15. Second and 15. Excuse me. Yeah, short running game on first.
Now they do shift the 2 tight ends from one side to the other. And they go with a straight handoff. Etienne got popped as he got about 3 yards before he's buried under a sea of orange.
Again, the running backs have not been able to gash him. They've been effective all year. They don't throw to the running backs much, this Florida team. Only 4 completions all season and none so far today.
That used to be a staple for Florida.
Yes.
3rd and long. They need to get to the 10-yard line.
Florida's been facing a lot of zone in this situation. Again.
Richardson, plenty of time. Across the middle and a first down inside the 10.
It opens it up.
Florida giving Tennessee a taste of their own medicine a little bit with some tempo. They go quickly.
Florida substitutes, so Tennessee is allowed to have a late substitution.
Second down and goal. Ball just inside the Volunteers' 7-yard line. Florida trying to answer Tennessee's touchdown with one of their own. Richardson to run all the way, trying to get to the edge, and does. Mahalik with a kick. And a fair catch taken at the 7-yard line. Now, Florida's got a bunch of them. Hendon Hooker on the run. Got 7. Brought down by number 7.
Well, this high-tempo Tennessee offense has not been able. One of the reasons is they had a short drive and a turnover. They had a 70-yard play. But the Florida defense has only faced 20 plays in this game so far.
And this is going to be another good play by Chris McClellan, number 7. Freshman from Tulsa, 300-pounder. 2 big plays by him has forced a 3rd down and 5 here for the Volunteers.
Yep, that's a number 7 at defensive tackle. That's the way they do it now, right?
That's right. Makes him look slim.
Yes, it does. At 300 pounds, you need to look slim. That's all right. They got one guy that weighs over 400.
That's right. Jalen Wright with Hendon Hooker in the backfield, but it's a Hooker pass upcoming down the middle and on strike. And it's Jalen Hyatt again.
So you got to have the running back help you in those situations. Florida brings a linebacker, and Jalen Wright takes it on and allows the pass before Bernie can get to the quarterback, Hendon Hooker.
19-yard pickup. Hooker looking for more. Completes it again. This is going to be a 1st down to Brew McCoy. As you hear the chants of Brew. Had that big 70-yarder earlier. And the transfer from USC, another 1st down.
Yeah, that's the real challenge. We talk about the guys all the time with the ball, but if Florida's guys without the ball, that defensive line don't get the quarterback, they're in trouble.
That's a tough 4 yards for Jalen Wright.
One of the top 10 in the nation in plays per game, and circumstances in this game, a turnover, and Florida holding the ball very effectively.
Josh Heupel said to us yesterday, we never concern ourselves with number of plays. If our offense is rolling, the plays are going to pile up, but we don't have a...
But that isn't what Billy Napier said to us.
No, it isn't.
He said we need to hold down the plays for our defense. We are not as deep as I'd like us to be, and our offense has to help us.
So far, so good. Try to follow the blocking, and it's not going to go anywhere. Nice job to stretch it out. The Florida defense just kept heading toward that sideline. 3rd down and 8.
Got that bear look. 3 defensive linemen inside with the 2 edge rushers, a 5-man front. Up front with the linebacker sneaking up to make it 6.
Hooker. He'll run and throw late. Incomplete. He had his man wide open. The tight end, Jacob Warren.
So Hendon Hooker's a basketball player, and that's just like playing point guard right there.
Hendon Hooker might have been holding his shoulder a little bit when he came off.
He's run a few plays at the running attack, hasn't he? Full out blitz.
4th and 8. Look out from behind. Down he goes. The ball is out. Going to be Florida football either way. They blitz. Richardson throws wide, incomplete. Intended for Henderson.
So remember, he ran the ball right up the middle on one of those plays, took it out, and kind of seemed a little uncomfortable before that 4th down play pass, and this time he heads right to the 10.
Favoring his right shoulder, or maybe just his sternum. I don't know exactly.
He was knocked out of last year's game.
That's right. We mentioned that earlier. Doesn't want to get knocked out of this one. Gators 2nd down and 10.
Well, the running game has been nothing.
Nope.
That was really circled by this defense coordinator. Tim Banks said we got to stop those running backs. If they're going to run it, we want number 15 to run it. He has.
Right.
And it's been successful. But if you give him a 2-fisted running game, that defense will crack.
Latrell Bumpus comes off after making that big stop. And now it's going to get loud again. 3rd down and 10.
Let's see if the Tennessee pass rush can clean up the quarterback, who's been so good at feeling that pass rush, both scrambling and finding the receiver after he moved up. They're coming after him.
A stunt up front. Richardson throws complete. 1st down at the 49.
Tough for that Tennessee defense. Last drive to the touchdown, they converted 3rd and 12. That one was 3rd and 10.
Richardson again steps up in the pocket, a little bit too far in front of Pearsall.
Yeah, that was a nice job. Again, moving up in the pocket, Just a bit high. I would not call that inaccurate, though.
No.
Could have been perfect, but what do you want? This might be the play we're hearing that he might have got hurt. Again, he's running the ball aggressively and gets driven into the ground on his right shoulder.
That was that first big play that McClellan made.
Yeah, that's totally the play, no doubt about it.
At 305 pounds that we talked about, right on the shoulder of Hendon Hooker as they landed. Meanwhile, Florida trying to get more points before halftime. Second down. And again, the ground game goes nowhere. A loss of a yard.
Yeah, that time it was Elijah Simmons, number 51, getting that penetration into the backfield that blew that play up.
Well, here's another third down and long. Florida, all their drives have ended on Tennessee's end of the field. They do have 2 touchdowns off a couple of them.
Still have plenty of time here not to give the ball back, to just relax and snap it. Gimmick play. Yep, gimmick play did not work.
And smartly gets rid of it and throws it over the bench.
The offensive line never moved on the play. Trick play all the way. And now they're going to give the ball back with 3 minutes to go. Watch the offensive line snap. They never move. Yeah. Third and long. That's a bit too gimmicky for me.
And Richardson took a pretty big hit, too. His head and helmet bounced off the turf back there. This is the first punt of the day.
I think Anthony Richardson and the Gator bench wanted roughing the passer. I didn't catch it. I had my eyes downfield, but reading the body language after, I think they were really arguing for a roughing the passer on that throwaway.
Jeremy Crawshaw. You look behind him, set for the punt. And it's going to let this one go, and it's going to be down around the 1 yard line. That's how you do it.
Anytime you punt to around the 1 yard line, that's pretty good.
He's shorter, the wide receiver down there on the special teams, just waiting on that kick to roll down to the 1. Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, I was told for Hendon Hooker that it's an upper body injury, but he is going to be good to go to finish out this first half. The guy's on the sideline. He was definitely wincing in pain, so I know he's not feeling great out there.
Well, he's going to come back out like
that's why, and it's not the same. This was a running quarterback, but that's why the NFL is really called a penalty when you drive the quarterback into the ground. That's when you really, those big bodies driving you into the ground, that's when you get hurt.
There's the numbers on Hendon today. The touchdown was on the ground from 4 yards out. Now he's in his own checkerboard end zone. And a short gain, not much there.
Boys will be boys at the end, huh?
Brenton Cox was trying to break it up, and he took a little slap to the face mask, and now Tennessee drives. There's where you put your aggression in, right there.
Absolutely.
See?
Absolutely.
Jabari Small picks up a first down.
Talked about Florida had a roughing the passer. This is the end of that play. Jeremy Banks drives him. They look around. I don't know. He was running to the outside. I would not have called that either.
Hooker, whatever the upper extremity problem is, he just had to throw that one away, and it barely made it to the line of scrimmage. Tennessee's got all the timeouts remaining. It's still a minute 42.
Look how wide this split is. That's a staple of this offense for Josh Heupel.
Using all the width of the field.
Oh.
Wow, what a hit that was by, I guess who? Metro Miller. Florida thinking about bringing some pressure, and they do, straight up the middle. Hooker completes it to first down. Princeton Fant, the tight end.
Well, that time they had Brenton Cox in the middle at the linebacker position, not his normal defensive end position. Pressure's there. Ball completed just over the line.
Tough throw going left.
Yes, it was.
Back to the right.
Especially when you got a bad shoulder.
Yeah. Now he's going to go deep. Got a man out there. Oh, what a catch! Diving catch by Keaton.
That's the backup wide receiver in the game for Cedric Tillman.
You talk about pretty on a layout. And a 43-yard gain. Small. Maybe got 3. We're under a minute. Tennessee, all its timeouts remain. Ventrell Miller made the tackle.
You cannot lay out any more than this. And because of the hurry up, and no timeouts by Florida. They couldn't challenge. I think that's a clean catch.
I do too. Back in 30 seconds with 44 seconds to play in the half. (14-10), Florida in front. But Smokey and the Volunteer fans are thinking there's going to be more points for Tennessee before halftime, because Hendon Hooker, whether it's a bad shoulder or whatever, he rips this one. And Ramel Keaton lays out at the 35 on a 43-yard gain.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
It sure was. 2nd and 7 now at the 32. Hooker completes it again, same guy, to the 23.
There's a first down. Clock's going to stop quickly, get it set, and then they'll wind it.
First down at the 23 of the Gators. Hendon Hooker looking for more. Completes it again. This one's to the tight end, Princeton Fant.
Yeah, and that'll force a timeout by Tennessee. The tackle to keep him in bounds was a big play by Florida right there.
Tennessee's down to one timeout remaining.
Well, we said Napier gambled, right? I mean, on third down, He said, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to challenge you to make the first down. They did, but this time they've got the drive. They own it. And remember also, Tennessee gets the ball to start the second half.
A thing of beauty.
Nice when your backup receiver can do something like that, right?
Cedric Tillman out due to injury. Makes this guy more valuable. And he and Jalen Hyatt have been big time today on the receiving end of Hendon Hooker passes.
Last time the running back was open in the middle, went out and angled in. Will they go back to him?
That would be Jabari Small.
Look at all that space in the middle of the field because of the wide splits.
And Small going to flare out of the backfield. Hooker's going to take off. He sees open space. He takes it and he goes down inside the 5. And now we got a little skirmish between the quarterback and the man that made the tackle.
The clock will stop for the first down, and then they will start it. Remember, you could ground the ball, but there's plenty of time here left. You've got a timeout.
1st and goal. Small. Only a yard, maybe not even that much.
Now they'll take a timeout. Now they'll take the timeout. There's plenty of space. Playing combo defense, and you've got room to run if you're the quarterback.
And Hooker throws a little bit of an elbow on the bottom of that pile right there, like, get off me. And that started the skirmish at the end of that play. He and Trey Dean face mask to face.
Yeah, and that's usually the process there. When one team is trying to slow down the clock and make the tackle, they hold on, and the running back or quarterback's pushing to get up. That's normal competitive football, if you ask me.
17 seconds now and no timeouts. Do they have to throw here?
I would. I would in this situation. I think you've got to at least roll your quarterback out so he has the option to get rid of it. And if he does feel he can get it in the end zone, he runs it in.
Today, the Volunteers 1 for 3 in the red zone for touchdowns. They're looking for one right here.
Would not be afraid to go with the fade pass out here. The way Keaton went up and caught that ball, it would not. Hey, look at nice split. Plenty of room to the outside to throw the ball to.
Jason Marshall is out there guarding him, and now Keaton's going to come in tight. Everybody in close from the 3-yard line. The throw over the top has hit this upright.
They're going to call holding that time inside. They were trying to do the pop pass to Fant, number 88, and Florida held him. Get it condensed and watch it. They grab him right there. Good call. Pop pass, not there.
Holding. Defense, number 2. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So it's about the 1.5 with 12 seconds left.
Still dangerous to run the ball here to get off 2 plays. you still got to think, to me, roll out and where it's run pass for your quarterback. If you run it inside, you could get burned.
Empty backfield. Now they switch and get the tight ends on each side. 12th play of the drive. Hooker. Here's the rollout. There's the throw. There's the touchdown, Tennessee. Brew McCoy on the receiving end of that one.
Yeah, that's sometimes the aggressiveness has worked with the fourth down calls. That time, he saved just enough time to get a long drive by Tennessee, and Hendon Hooker, made him pay.
You talk about a drive before halftime. Try 99 yards in 12 plays to regain the lead.
Hendon Hooker's in the tent. He's got a bad shoulder. He gets there on the 1 yard line and takes him right down the field. Chase
McGrath to try to give the Vols a 3-point advantage with the extra point is up and good. Hendon Hooker doing his thing. Throws a strike to McCoy. And the chance of Brew go around Neyland Stadium. Vols back in front. Brew McCoy, the transfer from USC, with his second touchdown catch of the year, with 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Can't do it much better than that.
How about, it's a pretty good game here. Both quarterbacks have thrown for over 200 yards in the first half. We opened the game about this being a quarterback day. It is, right?
Yep. Now Florida looking for a miracle return. And nice tackle on the special teams to end the half. As Gary said, good football game on both sides. 52nd meeting all time between Tennessee and Florida. Tennessee trying to snap a 5-game losing skid against the Gators. Right now they've got the lead at the break.
I didn't buy Napier being aggressive there. He's been at it the whole day. It's 17-14. Message to his team. We're playing all out. Tennessee took advantage.
Down to Jenny Dell with the leading coach.
All right, Coach. So Hooker looks to be hurt on the sideline. He's in the injury tent. We're told shoulder, upper body, and then he goes out. How does he go and lead that drive?
He's fine. Yeah, he's a great competitor, but he's ready to roll. So obviously you can see it on that drive.
Yeah, when you're looking at this team now in the second half, they're getting a little chippy to end the first there. How do you maintain that competitive composure?
Competitive composure, right? Reset, go play the next play, play snap to whistle, and reset it. Got some things we got to clean up both sides of the ball, but let's go play ball in the second half.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, so Josh Heupel in his second year, leading Billy Napier in his first year as the Florida coach. End of the half, 17-14, as we send you to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for the Geico Halftime Report. Zook?
Yeah, apparently we have a lot of alliteration ahead of us.
Back in Knoxville, Neyland Stadium packed to the rafters and checkered today, and Tennessee trying to snap a losing skid against Florida that stretched 5 games. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler with Gary Danielson. A little over 2 hours ago, we opened up the show with all the great matchups over the years between quarterbacks in this series. We got 2 pretty good ones playing today, too.
Yeah, both threw for over 200 yards. I always judge a game like if I was home, I'd be like, I'm going to watch the rest of this one.
Well, I am too. We're going to do it together. How's that?
Yeah, I think both teams competed hard. They made some big plays, a few mistakes, but that's the way I like to watch it. I'll tell you that.
3-point game here at the break, and Tennessee will get the football first to start the third quarter.
Both teams needed their quarterback to run the ball. Neither one of them could really run the ball with their running backs. They needed help with the QBs.
And they're going to return this one from a yard deep out to the 27. And let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Yeah, I spoke with Coach Napier. He said the goal was actually to be in the fight during halftime. He said, hey, we're in the fight, so that's a win so far. But he said offensively, they want to take advantage of opportunities, especially in the short game. And defensively, he wants to limit those explosive plays. He said no more mental errors in the second half, guys.
Yeah, they can't afford any more 70-yarders if they're going to beat these guys.
They had a big mental mistake for a 70-yard pass and a beautiful play on a 70-yard pass that would be tough to stop, but 2 huge plays.
So the Volunteers will snap it from the 27 to open up the third quarter. Hooker on the RPO, quick slant, completes, and it's Brew McCoy again. And McCoy is closing in on 100 yards receiving, 248 in the half for Hendon Hooker. Anthony Richardson, a ground touchdown and one through the air finally. And here's a big opening. This is the first time on a run. Jabari Small, and he's on the run. Small all the way down to the 28-yard line. Bernie saved a touchdown.
Great block right here to the right side of the line. Just turns him out. Darnell Wright opens it up, and that's the first breakout for a running back on a really clean block play.
Quick snap. Hooker going back to the air. Got it out to Small. This time as a receiver, but no gain. Stopped by Trevez Johnson over there on the near sideline.
Tell you what, when against space teams like Tennessee does, and they're as good at it as anybody in the country, you must tackle in space, and so far Florida has.
Small got a couple. It's going to be third down and about 7. Josh Heupel's Volunteers keeping their foot on the gas here. And snap goes over Hooker's head. There's a flag down as well. I think Florida was offside, maybe. They're down at 2 coming up.
There goes these condensed formations that they've been using more than ever this year compared to a first-year Heupel.
And I don't know if they're going to get it or not. The guy that had the penalty made the tackle on Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright says he's got it, and he might be right.
Get him in there tight, root him out. Cade Mays, number 63, the center, ran right behind him.
And they do move the sticks.
Excuse me, it's Cooper Mays. That was his brother, Cade.
That's right. And his daddy was a captain back in the early 90s here. So it's a volunteer family. Now they're going to bring the chains out. I spoke too soon on whether they were moving them. They're moving them to the field to take a look at this. And he got it by the nose. So this opening drive of the third quarter for the Volunteers has them back in the Florida 18-yard line.
Last year in the second half, Florida outscored Tennessee 21-zip, but a big fourth down drop. Tennessee was still in that game, and then after that one, then the injury, they got kind of lost it. Right now, big drive.
Hooker pulls it out, throws it out, complete, spinning near first down is Brew McCoy, and that's putting him over 100 yards receiving today.
He says he likes to be quiet in the pocket, and he is.
Short yardage run by Wright. He's got the first down.
Anytime these tempo teams gain 6, 7, 8 yards on first down, they're coming right at you with the second play.
They're already lined up there. First and goal. Just inside the 7. Hooker lobs one.
He had him. Yep.
Incomplete.
That was one he should not have lobbed.
They should have put a little mustard on that one to McCoy.
He had Brew wide open, coming on the corner route right inside. Boom, breaks out. He's got it. Just too high on that one, right? He line drives that one. He's got him in the corner of the end zone.
When he gets down inside the 10-yard line, last time he hit the upright with an overthrow. That was a penalty, though. And that one was too high as well.
Tennessee does a good job of starting their wideouts real wide and then coming in and then running the route from in more space.
Got 2 to each side here.
Combo look, 3-on-2 both ways for Florida.
Hooker looks right now. He's going to run with it. He's going to coast in. Touchdown, Hendon Hooker. Got a flag down, however. So that negates a 7-yard touchdown run by Hooker. And backs it up to second and goal at the 17. Hooker throws in the flat. It'll be a touchdown this time. Jabari Small.
Well, everyone's playing man-to-man, except for the guy running the back. Watch, he's got the back right here. Man. The linebacker doesn't follow his guy. He thinks it's zone, and it busts the defense.
Hooker out to Jabari Small. He does the rest after the catch.
That's 2 gift big plays
Yep.
that Florida has just given them. You're playing man down there. You just cannot release the running back.
McGrath in for the point after. Up and good. What a way to open the third quarter for the Volunteers. 73 yards in 10 plays. This is the capper.
They backed up the one from the first half and started the one in the second half.
Our aerial coverage of today's game brought to you by Goodyear. You look in at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville as it erupted a moment ago after Tennessee opened the third quarter with another touchdown drive. Now lead by 10. In the last 5 minutes and 35 seconds there of playing time, 14 points for Tennessee.
Exactly why teams defer when they win the toss. They love that opportunity to go back to back. You score and you get the ball back again to start. You end it and you start it.
It's funny, Josh Heupel talked with us about that very thing yesterday in our meeting.
Yep.
Those final minutes of the first half and the opening minutes of the second half so important, and has that been the case today.
And they executed it. Like I said, I don't mind Napier being aggressive right there with that call. Tennessee just executed.
Right. And they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line for Florida. And now it's time for our Hometown Connection presented by T-Mobile. Here's Jenny.
Coach Napier was actually born in Tennessee, about 90 miles from here. His mom and dad went to Tennessee Tech. He moved to Georgia when he was 2, but he has family members who are die-hard Tennessee fans. I asked if they're here, who they're rooting for, and Coach said, trust me, if they're here, they're rooting for us. If they're not rooting for us, they're not at this game, I promise you that. So he got 13 tickets for his family. They're all wearing the right colors today, guys.
There's a brother in the middle, looks like it.
Yeah, I think that's him, right?
I think so.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
They go to the same barber, I'll tell you that.
Billy born in Cookeville, Tennessee, before moving to Georgia when he was a couple years old. Anthony Richardson, pressure from behind, and he's going down. Flags down as well. We might have holding on top of a sack.
Well, Brian Young, their best pass rusher, finally makes the play. Coming around the outside right there.
Personal foul. Offense number 76.
Number 6 gets him. Both sides collapsed and turns around and says, that was holding on me. I'm telling you that right now.
Garage is the guy that's the guilty party. And we're going to take another look at that play to see what the penalty
Kind of
is.
pinned him. Did they get him with the face? Yeah, he actually grabbed his face mask. Yes, as he came around.
They called it a personal foul because it's an offensive face mask.
That's a true holding right there.
It really was. Holding his face. Backed up to the 13-yard line now. First and 22. Double fake, and then the throw is on target out to the 28-yard line to Pearsall, and that'll quiet the crowd. So they got a chunk of the penalty back, but it's still 2nd down and 6.
Crowd noise is a factor. The running back has to come up and help on the play.
He'll get the carry and the first down that time. Naquan Wright at midfield. Another Gator first down, trying to answer the scoring drive of Tennessee. Couple yards on that one for Naquan Wright. Juwan Mitchell made the stop. And these two guys have both played very, very well today.
The score's not tied, but those two guys are about tied, right? The tough part, the noise here, the communication for the offensive line, getting off on the snap.
This is probably the easiest spot to be in around midfield. You get down from one end to the other, it really gets tough on you. Richardson scrambling around, throws on the run, throws a dart complete.
Got another one.
Flag.
Only a three-man rush that time, Tennessee does, and are they going to get a hold out of it? And I'd be thinking almost, you got to be thinking 4-down territory right here.
Trailing by 10.
4-down calls.
The fake to Naquan Wright. Richardson rolls and now throws to the end zone. Overshot. Xavier Henderson.
Well, I'll tell you, the press box will see that on this play, when you fake the ball to the running back, nobody carries the running back. He was wide open on the play. Good coverage to the outside this time. Charles takes him, but watch the running back get the fake, and no one covers him here to the top of the screen.
Little wheel route out there.
Yeah. Yep, that'll be noticed.
Empty backfield. And the shift continues with 3 receivers in tight on the left side. It's a run all the way for Richardson in that direction.
That was the same play to the left that he scored the touchdown to the right earlier in the game. Same formation, just flipped the other way.
There's the convoy in front. Good blocking, picked up 5 yards. Still needs 4 more for a first down.
How close do you have to be? Because remember, field goal makes it a 7-point game. To go for it on 4th down.
Third and 5. Need to get to the 11-yard line. It's a run by Montrell Johnson out of the Wildcat, and he's short. And it's 4th down.
Tough decision. How close are they? He's aggressive all day has been the word from the very first drive on.
Well, he's going to go again.
This is a long 2, is it not?
It's more like 3.
Again, field goal makes it a 7-point game. I would kick the field goal, but he's got a lot of confidence. Maybe he's dialing up the way the offense for Tennessee is going, thinking I got to have 7.
They shift the tight ends from left to right. Play clock down to 3. Richardson on 4th down, throws, and it's caught. Complete down to the 6-yard line to Zipperer. So 1st and goal. Down to the 2 is Richardson. 2nd and goal at the 2. Driving in near the goal line.
Right of the 2-1-2 guy.
Quarterback keep. Richardson's in. Well, they haven't signaled that. I thought he was in. They try to make it 24-21. Does. At the 5:55 mark, remaining 3rd quarter. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Allstate, Sonic, Coors Light, and by Degree. Beautiful day to be out rowing on the Tennessee River if you're not inside Neyland Stadium where there's 102,000.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
Sure is. And Vesco brings you today's Scholar Athletes. Trent Whittemore's got some catches today for Florida. Paxton Brooks for Tennessee. And Vesco proud to support student athletes on and off the field with a donation of $1,000 to both Florida and Tennessee's General Scholarship Fund. Well, that drive for Florida, at one point they had a 1st down and 22 at their own 13-yard line. They cap off that 12-yard march with a touchdown from Anthony Richardson. And we got a ball game, 24-21.
Florida's 3 for 4 on 4th down. 2 of them have been pass plays.
Gutsy all day long. They're playing wide open because this high-powered group of Volunteers, they know they got to put points on the board. Tennessee, good run back by Jimmy Holiday, who's in this half after being kept out of the first half for disciplinary reasons. He got in a skirmish last week, threw a couple of punches. And now Josh Heupel and Alex Golesh, his offensive coordinator, back to work on the headsets. There's Coach Golesh on the left.
And he and Josh Heupel have been together for 7 years. They instinctively understand the adjustments they need to make. They've seeded about all, running the same offense together for 7 years. They know how to yin and yang against the best of whatever they see.
Two receivers in the backfield with Hendon Hooker, and now Hyatt goes out to the top of your screen. Hooker's looking that way and is not going to get a throwaway, but he's got it on the run, and he's got a first down and a bunch more. Hendon Hooker down the sideline. Big play all the way to the 18-yard line.
It looked for sure that it was going to be a sack in the backfield, but gets pushed right by, and then Hooker just sees what he's got in front of him, just enough blocking. The wide receivers stay active. This guy's some athlete, some quarterback, isn't he?
44 yards later, Tennessee's back in the red zone.
So how about Hendon Hooker? Rick Neuheisel asked us in the open in our pregame show whether Hendon Hooker should be considered for a Heisman. All he's doing is almost throwing for 300 and running for 100 in this game.
Yep. Not a bad way to do it, huh? 110 on the ground, almost 400 total. And he's got his team. There's his mom, Wendy. He says, Mom critiques everything I do. She tells me on the end of runs, get down, don't get hit. He doesn't listen to that. But she says,
everything else.
Watch your feet in the pocket, square your shoulders up, do it the right way. He's doing it every way so far. And down the middle, did it again. Inside the 5 is Princeton Fant, the tight end.
Asked him what did he need to work on? What did he work on in the offseason? He said fundamentals, quiet in the pocket, push with my right foot, accuracy. He's doing it all.
First and goal. Maybe a yard for Jabari Small.
Rolling on the field, the ball carries short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
Let's go and let's go.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you wonder if we're using common sense that he's over, but do you actually see the football? That's the question, you know. So that could be the doubt and why it's taking so long for replay. I wonder if this is where to assess the penalty. The conversation's going on.
Straighten it out for us, Scott Walker.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the head coach of Florida. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
You can't get any closer to the goal than you are.
No, but it also gives them a first down.
That's right.
It re-racks.
All right. So you can see where the ball is. The nose is almost touching the goal line. Let's see if they give Jabari Small another crack at it here. He's the guy that we thought had it in the end zone. Hendon Hooker may be on a quarterback sneak right here as well. Well, he's going to be in the shotgun, so that's not going to happen. Small, touchdown Tennessee.
I know a lot of people, when it's real short yardage like this, hate the shotgun. The reason teams do it is they very rarely snap the ball to the center, and that's where a fumbled snap could. They feel more comfortable here because they don't get the quarterback-center exchange in the short yardage play.
Good point. So Jabari Small thought he had one play ago. Now he does have one. Officially. Billy Napier says that cost me half the distance to the goal and 10 minutes of time for the same result. Extra point is good. So a couple of short touchdowns here in this quarter. One by Florida, now one by Jabari Small. And the Vols are up 10. Hendon Hooker engineer another touchdown drive that covered 62 yards. Speaking of years, these are some of the oldest quarterbacks of note in college football, Hendon being one of them. And with that, let's ask you the Aflac trivia question. Who's the oldest winner in the Heisman Trophy history? Oldest Heisman Trophy winner. Okay, think about that. Gary got that one quickly.
Well, yeah, because I'm old.
Yeah.
Because I'm old.
No,
I
yeah,
remember.
that's not what I meant. So a 10-point game. Tennessee trying to snap the losing streak that's reached 5 games. They've lost 16 of the last 17 to the Gators. Right now they got a double-digit advantage. This kick fielded right around the 1-yard line. Henderson doesn't even get to the 15. Flag down as well.
That means that it's going to go back about the 7.5-yard line, right?
Yep.
During the return, illegal block in the back, kicking team number 13.
Oh, it's on the kicking
Correction,
team.
receiving team number 13.
Okay, I was going to
After
say.
distance to the goal, first down.
Spent too much time on the headset over there on the sideline.
Yeah, he said it the wrong way, but he moved it the right way for Tennessee. Penalties against
There it was.
the return team, not the kicking team. Florida has scored on 3 of their last 4 drives. Down by 10. Look at the yardage, though. 54 plays. Again, this is a team that's used to running close to 80, but the yardage, my goodness. They got a third of the game left and
Right.
they're close to 500 yards.
Time of possession, not a big deal when you're Tennessee's offense, the way they perform today and all year long so
No,
far.
they like a lot of plays, but they prefer a lot of yards and points.
They've got both right now.
1 punt in the game.
Tough spot for Richardson and the Gator offense here. Down on that end of the field where it's going to get noisy here at this snap at the 4-yard line. On the silent count. He's in trouble. Didn't get it to the line of scrimmage, I don't think, on the throw.
But in the direction of a receiver, though, Ness, I think they're going to let him on that. Gets rushed from the backside on the play. Has to retreat. Going to the running back. Pretty close right there. Getting it to Zipper, and they'll allow that.
Zipper was definitely in the area. But heavy pressure on Richardson. Almost forced a safety. He's going to hear more of the same from the crowd down there in that end zone.
They're going silent count completely. They're not even listening for the clap. The center is in charge.
Henderson, the motion man, will keep it on the ground to try to get a little more room to work. Maybe 2 yards for Etienne. Now it's going to be 3rd down and loud. Went to every lineman individually. And now here's the 3rd and 9. Etienne, little opening on the corner, and he's got a 1st down. All the way out to the 19-yard line. Big play by number 7 there.
So Tennessee brings in their pass rush unit. Florida says we're going to run right at it. Look at that big hole to the outside. Etienne gets around, busts 1 tackle, enough for the 1st down. Good play call that time by Florida. Understanding the substitution, the down and distance, the crowd noise, run the ball effectively for the 1st down.
They really needed that one, and they got it. And they'll keep it to Etienne's hands again. And the freshman he did not go down apparently. He gets up, keeps going.
The ruling on the field, the ball carrier's knee was not down. He did reach the line of game for a 1st down. The previous play is under further review.
ETN has been most of this drive behind Anthony Richardson. Naquan Wright's in there now at tailback. Richardson pulls it out, trying to get rid of it. He finally did. Somehow got it all the way to the crowd almost.
Well, Anthony Richardson thought he had an RPO slant, and the wide receiver is coming down to block on the play. He pulls it to throw. There's nobody to throw to. Lack of communication. Give that one again to the crowd. That's what happens when you play on the road. The communication is very difficult.
Quarterback pressure came from Josh Josephs, and Richardson just had to get rid of it. So now when they thought they had a first down a couple of downs ago, now they face 3rd and 5 here. Need to get to the 30-yard line, or very close.
Timeout, Florida. This is the first charge timeout of the half.
With 1:24 remaining in the third quarter, not wanting to waste an opportunity here, Billy Napier, with the clock winding down, has to take a timeout. 3rd and 5 coming up when we come back. Tennessee by 10 late in the third quarter. Talked about the age of some of the quarterbacks around the country and asked you the Aflac trivia question was, who's the oldest winner in Heisman Trophy history? Chris Weinke. Played baseball for several years before going to Florida State. And there he is, Chris Weinke on the right. Josh Heupel was the runner-up to the Heisman. LaDainian Tomlinson and Drew Brees. That's a good group.
Yeah, that's right. That's a really good group.
That was a good year.
Well, 3rd and 5. Protect number 1. Silent snap count. The center will control that with his arm up front as he moves it forward. The linemen see it, and then he goes back. Watch. Move it forward.
Tennessee brings an extra man. Richardson trying to run for the first down. Nowhere near it. Got a couple. It's 4th down.
And the timing goes off for the center because of the silent count. As Ness said, 5-man rush this time. Stunts right into the quarterback draw that time to stop it. And now, could it be 4-down territory already?
Ooh.
The defense can't get a stop. Maybe that's what Napier's thinking.
I guess so. And this is a tough spot on the field.
There's a lot of time left in this game.
Wow. From your own 27. 4th and 2.
I might try to draw him off sides, but I don't know if I'd go for it. He is 3 for 4, though.
You give this back to Tennessee on a short field, and it could be the end of the ball game. Richardson going to go deep. And caught all the way down to the 35-yard line to Justin Shorter. Some fireworks here in Knoxville today. We played 3. 11th ranked Tennessee. A 10-point lead on number 20 Florida. But the Gators driving to open the 4th when we come back. Set to start the 4th quarter. The Home Depot SEC on CBS. Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. And the hometown Volunteers have a 10-point lead. 31-21. Florida, though, driving right now. This drive started at their own 4-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Just outside the 30. And about a 2-yard pickup on that one will bring up 3rd down. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore. Talk about pulling the stop sign. I don't think I've ever done a game with this many 4th downs.
Well, if it wasn't Les Miles, no.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say this. He's 4 for 5. 3 of them have been passes. A couple short ones, and now a long one. I mean, I think you're looking at the game plan the rest of the game. Tennessee knows it's 4-down territory as soon as Florida gets the ball.
This time a run all the way for Anthony Richardson on the corner. Trayvon Flowers with the big hit, but I think he got the first down. He's one pass completion away from matching his career high as well. That was against Kentucky. On the ground and a big opening. Close to a first down. Naquan Wright got about 9.
Wide open.
Wright got 9, second and a yard. He'll get it again, and he got the first down this time. It'll be an empty backfield. Anthony Richardson. Let's see if it's his call to run again. They've got Strong to the right side, but they're blocking. And that's where he started to head. And the ball came out. Fumbled. Tennessee's got it. Jeremy Banks with the fumble recovery.
Amari Thomas, number 21, I think is the guy that stopped it and forced the play, though. Ness to the outside. 21 is right there to the outside. Watch him stick out his hand and force the fumble on the play.
It's the last thing Florida wanted to happen there, and the ball was out. And Richardson with the fumble. Josh Heupel with the reaction on the sideline. 10-point lead, and they've got the ball back. Fourth quarter.
And it's football time in Tennessee.
Coming down the 21 right side by Zipper. Breaks it. Touchdown, Florida.
Takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Hendon Hooker.
Touchdown, Gators.
Now he's going to go deep. Got a man out there. Oh, what a catch. Diving catch by Keaton. Some of the big plays so far in this game. There's probably a few more coming up. That last one was a big play by the defense.
Florida is trying to go wide on this play, but you get stopped inside by the two defensive players for Tennessee. They force the ball inside, and Thomas, number 21, gets his paw on it. The ball comes out. Turnover for Tennessee.
So the Volunteer offense has got it back at the 13-yard line. Playing with a double-digit lead. Florida's first miscue today, turnover-wise. And it's a costly one down in the red zone.
And the last 3 drives have been touchdowns for Tennessee. I don't have any. What would Florida do? You got any strategy for them? How about
Stop this guy.
How about cover the guy?
Covering that guy.
Yep.
Jacob Warren, the big tight end, all the way down to the 40.
Lines up as the H-back and does the wheel route. He's right here, just goes down the field.
Nobody back there for Florida.
Nope, another wide open receiver, another bust for the Florida defense.
And another pass play of 45 yards. And now Jabari Small with both arms wrapped around that football, driving his way near the 35.
They had the short touchdown pass for a touchdown. They had the long 70-yard pass to set up a touchdown, and now they just get out of trouble with a easy wheel route that Florida doesn't even try to cover. Nobody got picked, just a mistake, man-to-man coverage.
Second quarterback in Tennessee history with over 300 in the air and 100 on the ground. Josh Dobbs did it a couple of times. On 3rd and 3, rolls to run or throw. It's a run, almost a horse collar, but he's still got a first down. Amari Burney brought him down.
That was a sprint run pass option. Burney comes from the backside. Did he do the jersey first? He did. That could have been a horse collar.
Now they go back to Jabari Small.
He slowed him down with the horse collar, did he not?
Yep.
Should have been called. Watch this. This is the one that slows him down, and then he makes the tackle afterwards.
So Small got about 6. Second down at 4. Look at the quarterback numbers. Impressive on both sides. Tennessee is
Going up tempo, and remember, Desmond Watson, number 21, the 400-pounder, is in the game. Tough to get out when a team is going tempo and you weigh 400 pounds.
There's a throw out to Hyatt. Hyatt's got a first down. He would have loved to have stayed in bounds, but he didn't have much choice as Rashard Torrance made the hit. And the clock is still running. At the 15-yard line. And there's a big fella.
Yes, remember in the SEC Championship when Alabama used that strategy against Jordan Davis? Kind of gassed him out early in the game by going up tempo. Here they're taking advantage. Well, he doesn't even try. See, the way if he tries to go off the field, Tennessee will just snap the ball quickly.
Right. And they're using all the clock they can. This is about as slow as Tennessee can go with the way they play. They just got it off with 1 second on the play clock, and they got it down to the 5-yard line. Jalen Wright.
Yeah, they go slow, but they have the option to quick snap it if they want. So they use the tempo, the threat of the tempo, to slow the game down when they want to.
First and goal, just outside the 4. Hooker, RPO, and down he goes. 8:43 remaining in the ball game. Billy Napier, his 20th ranked Gators, trailing by 10. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, Papa John's, Wheels Up, and by Twisted Tea, hard iced tea. .843 remaining. Hendon Hooker today, Gary, pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, and remember early in the game on a running play, he got nicked a bit in that shoulder area, went into the tent, but then came back out on the field and delivered a 99-yard drive. Remember the end of the half, that deep pass to kind of change the field position. Finished it off with the touchdown pass at the end of the half that came out with that drive at the beginning of the half. So he's been right on. Running game, passing game, the whole deal.
Down to the 5 goes Jalen Wright. Well, maybe he got even more down to the 4-3. And again, a little pushing and shoving at the end of the play.
It's a must stop for this Florida defense here. They got to hold Tennessee to a field goal to stay in this football game. Down by 10, field goal makes it 13, still in the game.
Jalen Wright just kept the legs driving, and then his lineman came in to give him a shove forward.
They love to run the option down here in these situations. The shotgun option.
From the 5. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jalen Wright.
Watch Hendon Hooker hand this ball off and dodge the blitz at the same time. Going to run it right up the gut. Watch him hand it up. Oh, get out of the way at the same time. And then gash it in for a touchdown. Efficient offense. Offensive coordinator Alex Goulash and Josh Heupel working together in tandem to run the ball, pass the ball, everything they wanted to do. They didn't need 80 plays today to score, did they?
Nope. Extra point coming up. And it's good. Remember, this started after the Florida fumble of Anthony Richardson. On this play, the recovery by Banks as that ball squirted out of there. The Tennessee offense took over at the 13. Capped a 10-play drive that covered 87 yards. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. Smokey loving it.
Gary and Jenny.
Thanks, Zuck. Almost the same score here, 38-21, a 3-score game. Tennessee in front, just under 8 to go. And Tennessee will take a knee, bring it out to the 25. We take it down to Jenny.
Yeah, it looked like Anthony Richardson got hurt during that fumble. He went into the injury tent for about 5 minutes. His left shoulder was definitely bandaged up when he came out. Now, he came out to the sideline. He was stretching his neck out. Looks to be incredibly uncomfortable out there. But he spoke with Napier, and he's going to go back into the game. But Jalen Kitna was warming up on the sideline, guys.
Okay, Jenny, thanks. Still talking to his coach over there. You can see the tape on that shoulder underneath his pad, or underneath his jersey, I should say. Yeah, they need him right now. He's had a heck of a game with the exception of that fumble. They need all of them right now with under 8 to go. Three receiver group to the right. Richardson looking back the other direction. And now he's going down. And it's Devon Terry.
So what's going on? Why wasn't anybody to throw the ball to? Had somebody open to the top, but it just did not seem like he was looking right. He was looking left the whole way, and Terry gets the sack.
2nd and 14. This time he is going to throw to the right, and a little bit high, catchable maybe for Shorter, but couldn't hold on.
I can tell you, when you have a bad left shoulder or neck, it's really hard to pull and turn on those throws. The ball tends to sail on you when you're just throwing all arm. If he's at all nicked, it could be affecting these throws. You just can't get that rotation into the throw.
It's probably 2-down territory here, even though they're deep in their own end of the field. That hasn't stopped Billy Napier so far today, so at least get some of the 14 you need on 3rd down. Richardson throws on the run and delivers a 1st down throw to Xavier Henderson. Four-man rush. Richardson throws sidearm over to the sideline. Had to get rid of it as the pocket was collapsing. Second and 15 coming up.
Tennessee is not gambling. They're rushing 4 players. It's 4 different players all the time, but they're just rushing 4, playing combo, zone combo, matchup zone, however you want to call it. They're not gambling on defense.
Henderson in motion. They fake it to him. A double fake. It takes a lot of time. And now Richardson runs and gets what he can before he's run out of bounds. And it's getting late on him. 6 minutes to go. Richardson going deep down the middle. Got it to Shorter. So back inside the 15 of the Gators. Richardson to the end zone. Just overshot Shorter. He got one hand on it. Needs some more though. Richardson, man in his face, throws it into the dirt.
Well, defensive coordinator finally dialed up a blitz that time. He brought 5, and they finally were able to put some pressure. Coming from the outside, he just sitting in the pocket. 4 come outside off the slot. And the pressure was right up the middle that time by Barron, number 9.
Now, it doesn't matter much if it's 3rd down because there's going to be 2 downs to get what they need. Another 1st down would be inside the 4.
Coming again, bringing 5. Unless they have a way to check out of it, do they? Yes, they did.
Richardson to Shorter. Got it to the 5, but it's 4th down and 2. And they've got this one, and they've got a touchdown. Mahalik with the onside kick takes a big hop and right into the hands of the Volunteers near midfield. And it's Rue McCoy. who had big game as a receiver, and that's going to be his biggest catch of the day, even though he had some that were really big. Well, Tennessee trying to snap a 5-game losing streak to the Gators. They have only one win in the last 17 meetings. It would be their first 4-0 start in six years as well.
Yeah, and there were a few games, though. I remember 2014, they had a chance to win the football game, didn't get it done. 15 was the Antonio Callaway play. Then you had the Hail Mary full of grace in 17. So they could have won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
They didn't, though.
But it looks like that gigantic monkey on the back of Tennessee is going to be jumping off here in the next 4.5 minutes. Hendon Hooker over 300 in the air, over 100 on the ground. Playing banged up and playing as well as anybody we've seen in a long time.
Coach Napier's trying to explain why it wasn't an illegal substitution.
He spent a lot of time with that head linesman over there today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know what he was thinking.
He was explaining something. It's a little loud. No one's left here. I'll tell you that. No one's left.
There's Florida trying to get the substitutions in and out.
And what I think Florida is saying is the guy they called with too many men on the field was actually the 11th guy, not the 12th guy.
So there was apparently 12 guys on the field. Replays confirmed that from what we understand. And 1st and 5. Small for about 3.
And that allows this Tennessee offense to just milk the clock, run the ball. Only need 5 yards for a first down, do it. So they got 4-3-4. We got 5-3-4. It was 12 guys on the field. 5 up front here, 3 linebackers, and then too many in the backfield. So the call was right.
2nd down at 2. We approach 3 minutes. Florida with 2 timeouts remaining. And not going to be a first down this time either. Small is about a yard shy. Big Desmond Watson had him wrapped up.
Again, Bill Napier's only opportunity is to stop him right here using his timeouts.
So they're down to 1. Well, the most passing yards today by a Tennessee quarterback against Florida since Peyton Manning of 353. And Hendon Hooker is just that close. Under 3 minutes to go. Florida down to 1 timeout. Tennessee down to 1 yard to go on 3rd down here. And flags fly in before the snap.
It's going to be 5 yards back. The gray baseball hat, white jacket.
He's now a
Cleveland Brown. Yes, he is.
3rd down at 6.
Now the other way. We're going to go back. This is getting painful.
It is.
Offside, defense, number 94, contact in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty.
Tyreek Sapp jumped in. The referee Scott Walker's talked so much today he's starting to lose his voice. So we're back to 3rd and 1.
If they measured it properly both directions, we're right back where we started.
Exactly. Oh,
No, not
good Lord.
again.
Come on.
all these fans are staying here. We didn't stay for this.
Yeah.
Delay a game. Defense number 1 using disconcerting signal. 5-yard penalty.
Automatic first down.
Automatic first down. Brenton Cox was calling out signals trying to get Tennessee to jump. Instead, it costs them a first down. And Florida can only stop it one more time now.
Well, Billy Napier's team showed up. In the pregame interview with Jenny, he said, our team is going to go towards the fight. We're not going to back away. They have fought. Tennessee, I think, has the better team this year, don't you? Florida had the tougher schedule to start off the year. They're 2-2.
Had the big win over Utah, then the loss to Kentucky, and now it's going to be 0-2 in the SEC.
Tennessee comes back with a bye, then at LSU and then Alabama. Next 2 games.
Josh Heupel's got this part of the country pretty darn excited about these guys, and they should be.
The schedule's just starting for Tennessee. I mean, their crossover is Georgia. That's a tough crossover.
Approaching 2 minutes. Second down and 5. Using the clock. Winds down with 1 tick. They get it off to Small again for a yard or so. Coming up on the College Football Postgame Show presented by Rocket Mortgage. Adam and Rick and BJ will bring you the day's best highlights from a busy day of college football. Some thrilling finishes. Some more upsets possibly in the making or maybe already have been made. This won't be considered an upset other than the Florida Gator fans who are hoping that it was going to go to 6 straight wins over the guys in orange. Tennessee is going to be 4-0 for the first time in 6 years. Their number 11 ranking certainly won't be shaken at all. Might even go up into the top 10. We'll have to wait and see what happens around the rest of college football. On a day that they checkered Neyland Stadium for only the 6th time, Tennessee's going to take its last timeout.
Tennessee. This is their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Well, Tennessee's last win we mentioned was in 2016. Florida got off to a 21-0 lead in the second quarter, but the Vols would battle back with some heroics from Jawan Jennings and Josh Dobbs. Tennessee snapped an 11-game losing streak in that one. And that was Butch Jones' team who got to lead the band in Rocky Top. So there's Josh. He was part of that one, and he can celebrate with the rest of the faithful here in Knoxville when this one's over in 1 minute and 24 seconds.
I remember that was a second half explosion for Josh Dobbs. Threw 4, ran for 1.
Yep. Tennessee's upcoming schedule. Gary just mentioned this. It's going to be another W here at the win over Florida. Then at LSU, Alabama here, UT Martin, Kentucky, Georgia. Not going to get any easier.
Nope. Kentucky, a legitimate football team. Played the top 2 bell cows in Alabama and Georgia.
No gain on the play.
And this is where in the future the 12-team playoff would really be huge, right? For a team like Tennessee, trying to earn their way back. You got a tough schedule, lose 1, maybe 2 games, still get in it as a 12th ranked team or something like that in the playoffs.
So that's the last time out. What a game by that guy. Jenny talked about at halftime about the 50th anniversary of Condredge Holloway and his heroics in that nationally televised game against Georgia Tech. 100 years ago yesterday is the first time these guys ever wore orange jerseys. Well, they're wearing orange today and played very well.
On top of that, just remember that Tennessee will come back with Cedric Tillman, his favorite receiver.
Right.
Maybe one of the best combinations in all of college football, those two guys.
Well, the other guys sure picked up the
They
slack
sure
today.
did. It's not just him, is it? They got plenty of weapons.
Brew McCoy played great. Ramal Keaton with that sensational grab on that long ball. Jalen Hyatt had another good day. McCoy went over 100 yards, but he had a 70-yarder in there. And that's part of the 348 right now for Hendon Hooker, along with his 112 on the ground.
I think Florida comes out of this saying we battled and our quarterback's back for the side
Yeah.
to finish off, get back in the SEC with a quarterback. They needed him and he came through.
Hooker throws, going to be a little bit short of the first down. Got that one to Princeton Fant.
So with 111, down 11. Just watched the Cleveland Browns this last Sunday. This game ain't over.
Yeah. They would love to have a couple timeouts, that's for sure. They had to use those. Florida schedule. Now it's time for the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And with all the brilliant plays today, this was the only miscue for Anthony Richardson. The fumble recovery by Banks. And then Hendon Hooker went to work. Finds his tight end all alone down the sideline. That got him close. And this run got him the last score. And that's where we are, 38-27. But 1:11 to go. Richardson loads it, fires, got a man wide open at midfield, shorter. 28-yard pickup. Richardson now has that one tipped.
He had Shorter wide open on the in route. Remember, they need 2 scores, a field goal, a touchdown, and 2-point play.
Amari Thomas got a hand on that, a big hand, I should say.
He was the one who forced the fumble on that play by Richardson earlier.
So still 54 seconds to work with. They got to score in a hurry and score again.
And an onside kick in between.
That's a lot to do in 54 seconds. Richardson steps up, going to throw to his safety valve over here on the near side. And Bowen's got a first down here. Clock starts, and now they clock it. That clock can't wind fast enough for Josh Heupel.
Well, they got to keep a pass or a play short of the first down is the goal for Tennessee.
Second down at 10. Another play fake. Richardson's got plenty of time. Still scanning the field. Sidearms it. He drilled it in. And they're down to the 3-yard line to Ricky Pearsall. Oh, they're going for it here. Look out. Can't kick a sack.
Yep.
Throw it away. That stops things. 21 seconds.
Tried to catch him napping, thinking there might be a clock play. Almost overthought it. Lucky to get rid of it.
Got pressure from Byron Young again, who hit him after he threw.
Neither team has a timeout left.
And the officials are going to take a timeout, I think.
There's injured players on the ground.
Amari Thomas.
Yep.
Empty backfield. Richardson sets up, fires in the middle. He's got it. Touchdown. Richardson throws incomplete. Tennessee stops the 2-point conversion.
Christian Charles, number 14, in coverage to the outside. Stays on the play. Could have been caught, but Charles is right there with his hand in the breadbasket of the receiver. Does he deflect it? Close enough, I'll tell you what. That would have been a tight, tough catch.
Yeah, sure would have
by
been.
Henderson. Now it's onside kick and Hail Mary.
Onside kick. Last chance for Florida right here. A high hop. Oh, and Florida's got it on the bounce. Black took it out of midair. They're 53 yards away from pulling off a miraculous comeback.
It's going to take another one of your calls for Florida to win this one. And all they can do right now is put themselves in position to throw the Hail Mary. Have time for about 3 plays.
Play clock is expired. And here we go at the 47. Still a prayer remaining for Florida if they can do something in this last 16 seconds. They have no timeouts. Richardson throws, completes it to Shorter, who wisely got out of bounds.
The first one can take 10. The last one, you only need 1.
We know Richardson's got the arm. That's not a problem. And boy, has he used it well today. Set to throw again. And just out of the hands of Shorter.
And now there's only one really, you could throw a 5-yard out, but really it's going to take a Hail Mary into the end zone. It's not easy to exercise those demons of this 1-16 record, is it?
Nope. It's down to this. Final play of the game. Richardson pressured, throws at the last moment, and it's intercepted by the Volunteers. There will be no comeback. Tennessee wins it. There is joy on Rocky Top. The Volunteers go to 4-0, 1-0 in conference play. Florida falls to 2-2 and 0-2 in the SEC. Down to Jenny Dell.
All right, Coach, one of the greatest rivalries in college football. What does this one mean to Ball State?
How much fun is this, man? God, I love it. Kids competed. Man, battled all night long. Fans were awesome. Environment's better than anything I've ever experienced. What a win.
At one point, we didn't even know if Hendon Hooker was healthy enough to come in. What can you say about your quarterback's performance tonight?
He was electric all night long. Unbelievable job throwing the football. Used his speed opportunistically, man, and just competed, man. And everybody fed off his energy on the offensive side of the ball. Hell of an effort by him tonight.
This is an incredible environment right now. But up next, you got LSU, you got Bama. What do you want the college football world to know about this program?
It's just the beginning of this journey with these guys. But I absolutely love our football team, man. They compete really hard. They practice great. They love one another. This is college football as good as it gets, man. Rocky Top's back. Let's go.
Go celebrate.
And that's one more look at that last play, the Hail Mary. The word of the day was aggressive, and Tennessee stays aggressive by rushing 6. They blitz on the play. Only 5 men back. They're aggressive. They get to Richardson. They force the poor throw, and they take a game that got a little tighter than they thought.
Kamal Hadden with the interception that capped it. And then the celebration began. And right in the middle of it, number 5, Hendon Hooker. What a classic. 52nd meeting between these two, and Tennessee wins it at home 38-33. That's going to wrap it up for Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew. Brad Nessler saying so long from Knoxville. We'll get you back to Adam Zucker and company for the college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage right after these messages. See you in Fayetteville next Saturday for the Hogs and the Tide.